suitcase by the side of the road north of Toronto. Police have reportedly issued nearly 5,000 tickets in the King Street pilot area since the project began 5 months ago. This is a staggering increase of nearly 1,000 tickets since the last update on April 6th. Tickets handed out were for proceed contrary to a sign at intersection and disobey signs. Police say that fines begin at $110 and the loss of 2 demerit points. Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne compared Doug Ford to U.S. President Donald Trump at a press conference at Sunnybrook Health Sciences Centre in Toronto. Wynne said Doug Ford sounds like Donald Trump, and that's because he is like Donald Trump, ugly, vicious, and brand of politics that traffics in smears and lies. MPP Lisa McLeod from the PC party filed back saying Wynne's comments are bizarre and that it's her attempt to try to distract voters from her record. There's a new update in the Donald Trump vs. Stormy Daniels scandal. On Tuesday, Daniels released a composite sketch of a man that she claims approached her in 2011 to warn her against telling anyone about the alleged sexual encounter between her and Trump in 2006. With the sketch, Daniels and her lawyer put out a $131,000 reward for anyone with information on the man. Wednesday morning on Twitter, Trump responded to the sketch, saying, "A sketch years later about a non-existent man, a total con job playing the fake news media for fools, but they know it." A Southwest Airlines jet had to make an emergency landing in Philadelphia on Tuesday. A fan blade broke off the engine, which caused damage to the plane and killed 1 woman. Investigators found evidence of metal fatigue on the fan blades. In 2016, another Southwest jet had an engine failure due to the same issue. Southwest said they will be performing more thorough inspections on jet engines in the future. And now for the last time, we'll head over to Nick for a look at what's going on in sports.
Thanks, Alyssa. The Toronto Raptors took a commanding 2-0 series lead, winning 130-119 against the Washington Wizards Tuesday night. DeMar DeRozan led the team with 37 points on the night. The Raps head to Washington to face the Wizards in Game 3 on Friday night. The Jays played a doubleheader Tuesday, beating the Kansas City Royals 11-3 and 5-4 in extra innings. The team had to postpone their game Monday night after falling ice from the CN Tower damaged the Rogers Centre roof. This is only the second time since 1989 that a game has been postponed in Toronto. Speaking of the Jays, former right fielder Jose Bautista is going to the Atlanta Braves. Bautista signed a 1-year minor league deal and will be playing third base. Toronto FC has dug themselves into a little bit of a hole, losing 2-1 against CD Guadalajara in the CONCACAF Champions League final. It was a hard-fought game at BMO Field, but the Reds look to bounce back next Wednesday in Mexico to take the title. The Toronto Maple Leafs look to tie their series against the Boston Bruins Thursday night. After a much-needed win on Monday night, the Leafs hope to continue their success. Leafs forward Nazem Kadri will be serving his second game of a 3-game suspension. For the last time, that's all for sports. Back to you guys, Dragon and Eliza.
Thanks, Nick. After the break, Tyler has your entertainment news.
And a special feature on the upcoming Avengers film. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to your Sheridan.
Now let's head over to Tyler Collins with the latest in entertainment.
Thanks, Dragon Eliza. Some of Canada's biggest names in country music will perform at a fundraising tribute concert for the victims of the Humboldt bus crash. Juno winners Dallas Smith, Brett Kessel, and Jess Moskalouk will headline the show. Other performers include Gord Bamford, Chad Brownlee, and several former NHL stars who will attend. The concert will be held at Saskatoon's SaskTel Centre on April 27th. The American Theatre Wing has announced songwriters Josh Groban and Sarah Bareilles will host this year's Tony Awards. Groban and Bareilles are both Tony nominees for their work in musical theater. The 72nd annual ceremony will take place on June 10th at Radio City Music Hall in New York City, honoring the best of Broadway theater's new season. Moving from the stage to the silver screen, Universal has released their final trailer for Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. The trailer reveals new details of the film's plot, including 2 rescue missions of Blue, a velociraptor from the first film. The trailer will be attached to screenings of Avengers: Infinity War next week and opens in theaters on June 22nd. Speaking of the Avengers, audiences are eager for the blockbuster film coming out next week. I learned that from the fans firsthand. Film Avengers: Infinity War is coming to theaters on Friday, April 27th. We're here at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre in downtown Toronto for Toronto Comic Con, and we're going to speak to some of the fans dressing up as their favorite Marvel characters to find out how excited they are for the film's release.
I'm most excited about Infinity War is to see all the heroes that we've been watching for the past 10 years on screen together, like a great group photo.
You know, the real great thing about this is the unification of all the characters and the tying up of all the loose ends.
Yes, I'm so excited to see Avengers: Infinity War. I'm most looking forward to all of the characters meeting and interacting with each other.
I am so excited for Infinity War. I can barely contain it. I am so excited it's been moved up. I've gone to some premieres as Thor before and in costume, and I'm hoping to do it again. Going in costume to premieres is so much fun. You feel like a little mini celebrity. I mean, it's similar to going to Comic-Cons, but it's definitely cool to be in that character at that movie. So I am so stoked, so stoked. I'm most excited to see basically the collection, the build-up of the past like 10 years or whatever, all the characters coming together into one giant world and battling this ultimate baddie from Marvel Comics is gonna just be so surreal.
Already featuring record-breaking ticket sales and fan anticipation at an all-time high, Avengers: Infinity War is sure to be an unprecedented event when it comes to theaters next month. And as you can see, the power grows on you. For your Sheridan TV, I'm Tyler Collins. Hollywood tracking services suggest the domestic opening weekend could bank over $250 million, a record-setting first weekend for ticket sales. But Eliza, Dragon, one thing's for sure, it's going to be a super night at the movies.
Thanks, Tyler. Sticking with the topic of movies, Jeremy Kelly is a filmmaker based in Peterborough, Ontario, and he also happens to be a Sheridan alumnus. His recent film, Hoonin' All Day, tells the story of Jeremy and his friends bringing an old 4-cylinder car back to life and on the racetrack. The film will be shown on Velocity on April 27th. Jeremy joins Eliza now on Skype.
Jeremy, thank you so much for being with us today. You have won more than 9 awards in a short time, and now your latest film, Hooning All Day, is being aired on Velocity. Tell me about that process, preparing the car, getting it up and running, and getting it on the racetrack.
Awesome, thanks for having me. So it's about a 2-year project that we've been developing, and ever since I worked on Roadkill, I wanted to get a job in the States, but it's very hard. So I decided to get my own buddies, and we would, make this own pilot series. And so the opportunity we got with Velocity is basically just kind of like a pilot series, 22 minutes episode, and we just winged it basically. So luckily I had the camera gear and stuff at my disposal to keep it really cheap. So I just assembled a cast of friends that were, pretty new to being on camera, and we just started filming episodes. And one of the biggest tips I got from someone I lived with back in film college was from Jim Jeffrey, who shoots Murdoch Mysteries. And he said just to shoot every day. You know what? No matter what it is, just keep shooting every day. And so we just decided to go for it. And we basically we winged it, basically. Yeah.
That's good advice. And you are more used to being behind the camera, so what was it like for you being in front of it?
Well, I mean, obviously it's very hard being in front of the camera. When you get put on the spot, it's kind of difficult. But, you know, you just got to, you know, just keep going with, you know, each project that comes at you.
Let our viewers hear about your experiences as a Sheridan student. What were some moments that you felt were inspiring for you here?
Being at Sheridan,
Mm-hmm.
the best part is having like the experience from the faculty there that have like endless amounts of stories and experience. There's also the hands-on part of being there. If you can take out all the camera gear you could ever think of from the camera gear rental department. But yeah, at the end of it, the most valuable part for me was being able to like go into a placement. So I got to work in the field in my third year, and then I, from there, worked in that position for the next 5 years. And then I got an opportunity with my first TV series, which was in 2012, and that had come from just being exposed into the field.
And are you still connected to the college? Do you keep in touch with any of your professors or classmates?
One of my best friends I met there, Jason Jeffrey, I keep in touch with him, and Adam Blomink, I keep in touch with him as well. And I don't get to see him as much as I'd like to, but we definitely keep in touch. We're lifelong friends, I think, now.
Jeremy, thank you so much for taking some time to be with us today. I know I've learned a lot, so I'm really thankful. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
We're taking our last commercial break, but stay tuned.
We'll show you some behind-the-scenes footage from the past year and find out who has the best bromance. See you soon.
Welcome back to your Sheridan. Now, Eliza, we've had a lot of fun during our time here at Sheridan.
We sure have, Dragon. But not everything made it to air. Take a look.
Right, so you describe yourself as a hockey player. You can't swear, Colleen. Well,
do you think the rest of us are good enough to make it on to Team Canada?
You know what, you guys have definitely some potential. I've seen you guys skate out here. Just kidding. It's absolutely brutal. I don't know why you guys bothered even coming out today. Next question.
Good.
Members from the Halton Catholic District School Board gathered for a meeting. Members from the Halton Catholic. Just keep the camera on me. Members from the Halton Catholic District School Board gathered for a meeting on February 20th to discuss.
Mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for me. So you think you can stop me and spit in my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die?
Putting on a weekly show requires hard work, and our broadcast team has spent a lot of time together.
Absolutely, but let's see how well we all really know each other.
The best smile is probably Eliza.
Sherry by a landslide.
Best smile has to go to Seta.
Seta.
Seta, if she ever uses it.
Dominic.
Me.
Best hair? Me, bro.
Dom, have you seen his hair? It's luscious.
Me. Best dress, I have to go with Dragon. He always wears the slick jacket and a nice shirt.
That is a tie between Dragon, who is always in a suit, and Talene, who is always looking fab.
I guess Talene. She always comes to class looking nice.
Definitely Talene. Definitely Talene. Talene always looks good.
Liam.
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 Liam Rowe.
Liam.
Jacob and Carlington. It's like the low-key best bromance.
Honestly, a lot of the guys in the class have a little bromance going on, so I would say all of them.
Me and Jacob. Jacob and I. There we go.
Tyler. And I'm going to make a special appearance.
Tyler. Tyler, I think that'd be really fun to watch. He's an entertaining guy.
Tyler.
All right, Tyler. Just because everyone else is voting for him, go for Tyler.
I'd say myself, but other than me, Andre.
Andre.
Allie Murray's getting ID'd until she's like 80 years old, and then they're going to be like, all right, you can let her through.
Honestly, I was going to say Allie, maybe Angie, but I'm going to have to go with Andre.
Andre. Sherry's definitely the most likely.
Either Allie or Andre.
We've spent time today reflecting on our last 2 years at Sheridan, but now it's time to look toward the future. Our question of the day is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? We put the question out on Twitter, and here's what our followers had to say.
Alyssa says, traveling the world and telling stories of the people I meet and the places I go.
Andre says, living in Europe, preferably Prague.
Dragon says, sipping pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Yes, that's what I just said. Yep. Angie says, drinking wine on a balcony overlooking the Amalfi Coast with my 3 dogs.
And finally, Talene says, in Vancouver, drinking a matcha latte on the rocks, living that city gal life. Seems like a lot of us imagine ourselves having a drink.
Everybody needs a good stiff drink after 2 years. Well, Eliza, you already read my answer. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Drinking pina coladas and wine. I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, I have absolutely no idea. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
That's good. Future is unwritten. The weather outside in the last week has been pretty kooky, so we have an equally important question to ask.
Who's got the weather?
Hey Sheridan, my name is Uriel. Right now it's 3 degrees, feeling like 0. Somebody forgot to flip the switch between spring and winter. Thursday will be 4 degrees with scattered flurries. On Friday it would be 8 degrees with sun. Throughout the weekend it will finally be sunny and warm. Saturday is going to be 11 degrees and Sunday is going to be 12. Looking a little into the next week, the temperature will stay above 10 degrees with mostly sun, clouds and a bit of rain. Keep an umbrella handy, but also sunglasses. Back to you at the studio.
For the last time, you're tuning into your Sheridan! Woo! Send it! Send it! Woo! Yeah! Picture! We gotta do the pictures.
Wait, Andre, you have to be in it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wait, we're done.
Damn.
Yeah, guys, you can see
I'm shushing.
4, 3, 2.
Where am I looking? Where are we? Is the show not over?
Oh, he took a picture on there.
Oh, go back to camera 4.